Let's commence, shall we? Ba, ba, ba. Oh, I pulled early. Dun, 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 dun. Ba, 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 ba. Oh shit, I screwed up my combo. I screwed up. I think the aesthetic of this dungeon is looks pretty delightful. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Let's see. Oops. Pass. Fuck me, I screwed it up. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Bam. Banana. the boss. Alright, let's beat the shit out of these dolls, shall we? Oh shit. Whoopsies. Yay. So I mysteriously got a loot. Let's see, I got like probably, let's see, I obtained scouting, which probably I don't need.
Hear, feel, think. Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed. For those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Thank the 12! Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia? The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum. She's not coming back, is she? So she did what she thought was best. What now? I know that I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, what does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. Oopsies. Oh, fuck. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Flurhanhin. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned as well as Uranje. He may have insight into the word told us. As for you, Akira, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Almeric while you were away. It would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He will not divulge the details, preferring instead it in explaining in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Mistress Blackrose, the commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. "'Tis nothing. 'Tis nothing." Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing. A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Bam, 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 bam. Oopsies. Let me just use that. The Lord Commander said you would come, Akira. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that we be unveiled during the conference. The menace, labor day and night to see it finish on schedule. Sir Elmeric wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. 'Twas not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with strange hope. His faith is infectious. Is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest. I will not keep you. If you wish, if you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest, make your presence known to the people, and so forth. In addition to those who have come from afar and wide to attend this ceremony, you may meet Lords Artornell and Emanlane, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you now. If you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. I am glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Mistress Blackrose, and fear not, I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is the one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vitofnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is the glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all of them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand. We've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to the reconciliations comes as a great relief. Do you know when everything is set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter. He's a thinker. He is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it. By the fury, me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. How much has changed since we fought again alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Ha! And here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Arturel, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me, they would defy Sir Amric's commands if they dare attack Vidofnir. If it will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Hortense present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask you, would you look after Emmeline while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child, but recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought it lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable change, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he might abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return. Exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Arturel thought I might be derelict. in my duties. The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to a proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe from for air travelers. Yet I have been forbidden from leaving the Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves. Oh no! Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not call the roaming packs. Your map, if I may, right there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave it to leave you to it, old girl. Come, Honor, oit. I must return to my rounds. Oh dear, do be careful, my lady. I care Black Rose, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzling fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made the arsonist confess. Clever, that. Thinkred, was it? He was asking after you. Once I noticed the garnish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Ah, man, that's father. Fancy meeting you here, Akira. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would have not fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest, then, and see what other thrilling task he may have for us. Ba, 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 ba. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes, if I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is not left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. Oh, and this should, of course, go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us. Yes, Artonier wouldn't understand. Right, then. The first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Akira. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him. You all right, my friend? You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Halone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them. They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin. All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Falcon's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Travarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husband. husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
Oh boy. I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the first commander and Lord Artornel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, not will be done. Lord Amelanane has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us speak. Let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Cherogians tend to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools who have ruined everything. And for what? I've heard rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What impeccable thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Almeric take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, that their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it, or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. Well, what say you? So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame of all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of the young ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? And that concludes this episode of 14. We shall continue in the next episode. Till then, fare thee well.